What are you going to do today?
Even it's a hive of activity here in the office, and your campaign has been building up for years. So,
yes.
So here we are, in the middle of April. How's it going?
Pretty well, pretty well. We're getting good response on the doorstep. There's still lots more to do, obviously, but yes, I'm very pleased with the way the campaign generally is happening. People are coming along and joining us. People who haven't normally got involved in Conservative campaigns before are coming out and helping us deliver our message on the doorstep. So I'm really pleased with the way it's going.
And it's interesting that even just now there were people coming in off the street who thought this was the taxi office.
Yes, because it used to be, yes.
It used to be, and then you've been able to engage them in conversation.
Absolutely. And the lady who came in, as I said, she thought it was the taxi office because it used to be, realised it was the Conservative office, and her first words out were, I think I might vote for you this time. And that's the sort of thing we're getting. It's an encouraging trend. People are confused in this election. They're not so much confused about what the parties stand for, it's just they don't know what's best for them and their families and for the direction of the country. And our job is to get out the fact that we believe that a Conservative government actually does have the answers to the problems that the country faces. And the more we do that, the more we talk to people on the doorstep, the more we deliver our leaflets, the more that message is getting through. And so I'm very pleased with the direction generally it's heading.
Actually, at the weekend, Angela Smith was very much going on, you know, the Pitsea girl, pictures with her parents, and here we are across on Pitsea Market. How are you getting your message across to the people at Pitsea Market?
Directly, go and say hello to them, but also on the doorstep. We are out with quite a big crowd, 2-3 times a day, talking to people. It's actually talking to people that's the key. It's asking them what concerns them, and then demonstrating what the Conservatives have to offer to address those concerns. And that is going well. People are crying out for change. They really are. They're not happy with the government as it stands at the moment. They're not happy with the direction the country's been going in for the last 13 years. And when we tell them the solutions that we've got, they are coming over to us. And so there is no substitute for hard work, I have to say. It's just getting out there, knocking on the doors and talking to people.
Do you get, I mean, naturally, we through Facebook and Twitter and our own site, we get a feel that, you know, people have said our whole street in East Tilbury had the Tories there yesterday, so there's a real sort of radar there.
Yeah.
Are you getting different messages from different areas?
Yes, I mean the constituency is very diverse. You know that. I mean, it's geographically, demographically, you know, it's becoming a big area. But what we are getting, the common theme is that people are worried about their future. They don't know what the future holds for them in terms of the economy and in terms of the direction the country will take after the election. And one of the things that I'm not hearing, which apparently the polls are saying, is that people want a hung parliament. And most people I meet are saying actually that's not what they want at all. What they want is some certainty after the election about how we're going to get ourselves out of these problems. And I think the policies that we're putting forward give them that certainty and give them a clear indication of the sort of things that we, the Conservatives, are going to do.
Do you think with the manifesto and some of the JFK-isms and big society, do you think that's a bit too high-level thinking, too much philosophy and not enough beef, so to speak?
I think it's actually an indication, yes, there is high philosophy, but it's a high philosophy that underlines the reason that we want to scrap targets, or scrap some of the targets within the NHS, to put more power into our local hospitals so that they are accountable to the people they serve, to release our police from the red tape that they've been bound up in the last 13 years, elect a police commissioner so that we know who's responsible for telling our local police what the priorities are, so that if the priority here is antisocial behaviour, we know who to take that concern directly to. So yes, it is a high philosophy and it has opened up a difference between the two main parties. But actually I think once we communicate that this means that you, the individual, the resident, the citizen, has more control over your own life, more control over the public services that you depend on, I think they will grasp that with both hands.
Do you think in 1979 that law and order was a key issue? That was what made, in many ways, was the driver in Margaret Thatcher's campaign.
Yes.
Do you think, and many people reflect on they did feel safer in the 1980s, you know, with law and order. Do you think that issue has been emphasised enough about the changes to law and order and crime?
I think it's a key issue. I think the problem with all election campaigns is you can only fight on so many fronts at any given moment. And yes, we do need to explain more how we are going to address some of the serious issues we have around violent crime, around knife crime, around low-level antisocial behaviour, around the how do we make people's quality of life better? Yeah. Why is it you can't go into some town centres, and I don't specifically mean locally, at the weekends for fear of marauding hordes of drunken youths and young adults? These things are of great importance and do need addressing, and we think we need to direct the police, help them, give them the power to start controlling these things, and that will be done in conjunction with our councils by looking at licences, alcohol sales, those sorts of things on that particular issue. But yeah, law and order is a big issue, along with all the others.
One more specific issue, we or myself, we're a small business. We've been going for 2 years in the teeth of a recession, and we're still here.
It's been really tough.
Yeah, I mean,
it has
what's
been
your
really
message
tough
to small businesses?
We'll support you. We are the party that recognises that actually the small business, small and medium-sized enterprise are the backbone of this country, absolute backbone. And it is they who will help us, along with all the other measures we're putting in place, get out of the recession, get out of the debt problems we've got. We want you to grow. We want you to grow your business. We want you to become a fantastic success. Our goal is to make Britain the most friendly place to do business in Europe. Have a real enterprise culture and get businesses to start up and grow, and some of our policies about not charging national insurance for the first 10 employees to encourage companies to take on people, our policy of not introducing Labour's national insurance hike, which is coming along the line next year, the tax on jobs, not to implement that so that we can support business, let them grow, let them help us all as a country prosper.
But it's a marathon, not a sprint.
Yes.
You seem to be really relishing this. Do you feel it's your time?
I do. I don't mean to sound complacent. I'm not taking anything for granted. We are working very, very hard, as you can see around us, to make sure that we get our message to every single voter that we possibly can. But it does feel out there that there is a change, there is a desire for change. People want a fresh approach, some new ideas, some new politics, some new energy. And that's what we're offering at this election. A chance to move forward and to move forward together. Politicians and the public working as one to deliver a better future for all of us. And that's really what I am fighting for right up until the last minute of polling day. So that hopefully together we have a bright future.
No, Ian Children's giving you an award. Why is that all done? No.